This just in, folks. Democracy is alive and well in the United States of America. And they said it was going to be a close race. I don't think so. You guys are sending a fighter to Washington, I can guarantee you that. I have notes here, but if any of you guys are watching debates, I hate notes. So I'll try and look at them, but if I wander, forgive me, it's a good night. Back in November, I had some people come to me and suggest I might want to run for Congress. And up until that point, I had 3 teenage boys here, and a lovely wife, Robin. And it was not on my mind. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought I couldn't say no. Because you know what? We have problems in this country. We have problems in this district. And we deserve better leadership in Washington. Right? For 20 years, I fought the good fight, putting law enforcement together, putting different groups together, and making it work. And believe me, when you have federal, state, local law enforcement, and then you mix in politicians and federal officials and trying to make it work, it's a tough thing. But you know what? We made it work for 20 years. And I love a challenge, and I said to myself, you know what? We deserve better for this district, and we deserve better for this country than what we have on both sides of the aisle. It's not just a Democrat thing. It's not just a Republican thing. We deserve better out of our leaders. We deserve better than having a 10% approval rate for our congressmen. And you know what? We got to keep trying to get things better in Washington, and that's why I got into the race. So I gave up a career I loved, and it was the hardest thing I ever did walking out that door. But you know, when Robin and I sat down with the 3 boys and we had our discussion, we just decided that we have to do it. We have to not just take the shot for us, but for our district, and that's what we did. So we did that, and I sat down with my family here. I'm not following the script at all here. They're going to be mad at me, but that's all right. So I sat down with my family, and we had a discussion, and then my sisters and my brother-in-laws and my brother and his wife and my mom and dad, and my mother-in-law and father-in-law, and they were all very supportive. They started out being supportive, and they've continued to be just that, supportive. So for all you guys here, I love you all very much, and I thank you all so very much. I didn't have to ask them once to help, but every single one up here helped me in so many ways, whether it was a phone call when I really needed it, or like my brother Andrew, he never even told me what he was doing. He would just be out for 5 or 6 hours knocking on doors, and I would find out from other people that he did that. That's what family's about, that's what love is about, and that's what it's all about, my family. And I told you guys early on, if my whole family voted, we'd be in a pretty good chance of winning. You guys are all just icing on the cake. But we have some work to do, and you know, there's no question about it. And I'm not going down there starry-eyed thinking that we're gonna, you know, light the world on fire. But you know what? When you have unemployment stubbornly high here, when you have manufacturers continuing to leave, and when you have the problems we have here, we have to do something about it. And I have a 7-point economic plan, and we're gonna do our best to get it into place. Congressman Walsh told me early on, he said, the candidate you are is a congressman you'll become. And you know, Congressman Walsh, wherever you're out there, I know you're here. God bless you and thank you. There's an awful lot of people I could thank, and I thank all of you, first of all. And I thank my family so very much. If I start thanking everybody, I'll be here all night, and I'd miss somebody and piss somebody off, so I'll be careful. But there are some people I've got to thank. Tom Dady here, the county chair, Onondaga County. And Cheryl Heary in Cayuga County has been great. And Bob Oakes and Mike Backus. And Sue Dwyer has been wonderful out in Cayuga County. Thank you, Sue. You rock, Sue, wherever you are out there. And I have friends here that are like all smiling out there. And I wish I could go out and hug you all right now, because you know what? You guys really gave me a lot of inspiration. This morning when we were leaving to go to Wayne County at 7:30, we had friends of ours out there who left their jobs for the day and were holding up signs on street corners. You know? Again, we never had to ask them. I have a friend from Niagara here, go Purple Eagles, Purple Tie, who drove from New York City just when he didn't tell me he was coming, he just came up here. Things like that inspire you and make you want to work hard, okay? So thank you guys very much. By the way, anybody want to know why I'm wearing a purple tie? It's a combination of red and blue, okay? Because we all got to get together, Democrats and Republicans. Huh? Yeah. Another friend of mine came from Florida as well. Robin said, don't forget him. She's good at that stuff. So thank you. Some local officials helped very much during this. Joni Mahoney, thank you very much for your support. Ryan McMahon should be Ryan Rainman, because he is very good with stats, and he was great tonight. Thank you, Ryan. Bob Waters was one of my early and dear friends who helped me very much with this. Thank you, Bob. And there's so many others. I don't want to stay here all night. But listen, I talked to some folks when I was getting this campaign going, and it's amazing number of volunteers we had on my campaign. People left their jobs to work for us. They retired early, and they to work for me, and I'm so thankful for them. I got to name just a few. Spencer, thank you. Aaron, Justin, George, Carol, Donna, Teresa, Sheila, Ted, and Mary. Thank you all very much. Many of you maybe remember the first commercial we had out there, or the second commercial, Apriana. If you don't, she was a lovely young lady. When Sean was graduating from high school, I dropped Robin off at OCC and went down to Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee to go back. And there was just a cute girl there standing on the counter asking me all kinds of questions. She says, "You look like a lawyer." And I'm like, geez, I'm not that stiff, you know? But we got to talking, and this is Apriana. She came from a tough neighborhood, a place where I prosecuted gangs, and I started talking to her. We became friends. And over the time, you know, I became kind of a mentor for her. And she is a kid who has spit in her belly, man, I tell you. And she pulled herself up. She's working 30 hours a week, putting herself through school. And one of the great moments was when she graduated from OCC, and now she got herself in Lemoyne College. So, Apriana, if you're not studying right now, you're going to hear it from me, so you better be studying. But, I tell you, you're what America's all about. You're about working hard. You're about, you know, going against the odds, putting your nose down and just going, and that inspires me. And I hope it inspires you. So moving forward, we have a lot of work to do in Washington, but I think we sent a pretty good message tonight that we're ready to take on that challenge. As for my opponent, I got to tell you, I wish him well. He's got a young daughter. I wish her good health and happiness, and he's got a young family. And I hope whatever his future brings for him, that he does well. And I thank him for his service. So good luck, Mr. Maffei. But as far as everyone else here goes, I've talked enough. I didn't follow my script to it at all. And I'm glad for that. God bless you all. Let's have some fun, and let's get excited, because we are going to make a change in Washington. Thank you very much. All right, that's it? All right? All right.